Go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the APA 9-Ball Doubles Championship from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in lovely Las Vegas. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of its Showdown Series being held in conjunction this week with the APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I'm joined by the striking Viking, Hall of Famer Ava Mattia-Lawrence. Ava, good evening. Welcome back. Part 2 of our doubleheader today, right? We had our wheelchair championships earlier this afternoon, and we're excited to bring you coverage of the 9-Ball Doubles Championship now. Of course, this event began with 256 teams. Only got 4 left.
It's pretty amazing. Went pretty fast. It seems like it went fast. 256
It
teams.
always goes so fast.
I know.
It always goes so fast. It seems like we build up to this, these big events and days to get them set up, and then next thing you know, they're over, and we go home, and life goes back to normal.
That's
so
right.
it's kind of sad, really.
Yeah, come back in August and
True.
pick up the fun again.
We'll definitely be back in August, so no worries there. All right, folks, so let's talk a little bit about our 9-Ball Doubles Championship. I'll give you a quick breakdown of some of the rules and how the scoring works. Of course, as with any of our events, APA rules apply. The 9-Ball Doubles Championship is any combination of men and women, and I think you'll see that represented here in the semifinals. We have one team of all females. We have 2 teams consisting only of males, and we have one team of male-female combination. So got a little bit of everybody in the mix. Players alternate shots. They do not alternate turns. So if I pocket a ball and then Ava pockets a ball, then I get to pocket another ball, and we go round and round until there's no more balls to pocket. So alternate shot, not turn. 1 coaching timeout per team per game allowed. This is an important rule, and we do see it come into play quite a bit. So we'll see if it factors into any of these matches here in the semifinals. And of course, matches played according to the 9-Ball Doubles Championship Handicap race chart. And as I look at our players that we've got this evening, over on Table 1, we have from Shreveport, Louisiana, we have Cajun Fried Rice. They'll be going against the Terrible D's from Spring, Texas. Looks like Cajun Fried Rice comes in at a skill level combination of 11, which means they're going to race to 42 points. Terrible D's come in at a skill level combination of 10, which means they will need 38 points. So again, Cajun Fried Rice needs to get to 42 points before the Terrible D's get to 38 points. Over in our next match on Table 9, from Akron, Ohio, we have We Only Need One Stick. They are a combined skill level of 8, which means they will race to 31 points. And they're opposed by Ladies Please of Lawton, Oklahoma. Also a skill level combination of 8, and also racing to 31 points. 1 point per ball pocketed, 2 points for the 9-ball. There's a breakdown.
That's it.
So we know how they win. We just have to see what the outcome is.
I'm just curious to see if We Only Need One Stick are actually going to play and share a
with one
stick today.
Good point. Good point. All right, so we'll start off with coverage, and what we're going to do, folks, is go back and forth so we can get some coverage of both these semifinals. We'll start out with Cajun Fried Rice and Terrible D's. As you saw, lagging for the break. Looked like Terrible D's win that lag?
It sure looked like it.
Okay.
Yep.
So Terrible D's, we have Robert DeTunk and Monica DeTunk. Cajun Fried Rice is Tommy Tran and Daniel Killian, as they are racking the balls and preparing for the first break.
And I think it's pretty cool to point out too that the 2 matches you have in that match you had a skill level 10 combined, skill level 11, where they have gotten up to 11, and on the other table you have 2 skill level 8s.
Right, and we're taking a look at that match now between We Only Need One Stick and Ladies Please. They've already gone ahead and broken. As Ava mentioned, both skill levels combos of 8, so they're racing to 31 points. Looks like we've got a couple of, at least 1 ball pocketed.
I know
2 balls down.
in our area, it tends to be a lot of players think that you have to meet 10 to be able to win. They try to look for and get as high as they possibly can, and that is not the case. We've had several situations where skill level 7 combined, 8 combined have won, especially in 9-ball, where the race is shorter. And like you said earlier, you get 1 point for each ball.
This is the second championship match that we've covered today. Of course, a little earlier this afternoon, we had our wheelchair championship Congratulations to Charlie Hahn, Cincinnati, Ohio, who has once again captured that title. It's a pretty exciting match to see those wheelchair guys and go at it. Some great action this afternoon. We anticipate some great action this evening. For those of you on the East Coast, we're glad you decided to stay up a little later and watch some pool with us.
It's a lucky break there for We Only Need One Stick. Missed the 5-ball or 3-ball pretty good and left a safety, and it was a good kick there by Ladies Please, but left an open shot on the 3-ball. So we'll see what these guys can put together here against the ladies.
And this is Scott Baker at the table for We Only Need One Stick. Scott in the maroon shirt. Pockets the 5-ball. That'll bring his partner Travis Yinling to the table, and it looks like they only used one stick.
That's true, isn't it? I like it. You know, I actually suggest that a lot of time if you guys can do it, because it makes you remember whose shot is it next.
Wow, I can't say I've ever seen it.
You can't get out of rhythm that way. You can't get out. You know, a lot of times you stand there and you go, who shot the last ball? Was that you? Was it me? Especially if the other team is on the table for a while. This way you can't mess it up.
Yeah, and you can see them. They're switching on and off with the cue.
I like it.
So they're living up to their name.
I like it a lot. You don't see that very often. Obviously, both players have a cue of their own, but I guess they're just going ahead and
obviously
have
there's
their little thing going. It's working. It's working. Pay attention out there.
Balls have been dropped at this point. Generally, what we try to do is update with 9-ball the point score after each rack, because we're going to kind of go back and forth. It can be a little difficult to keep track as we go. So at the end of this rack, we'll give you a point update. And but right now, it looks like We Only Need One Stick is likely going to come out with an early lead.
All right, try to have that cue ball come back a little bit. Instead, he's left a long shot here for his partner.
I'm looking through the bio sheets here. I'm curious what type of stick We Only Need One Stick plays with. Any guesses?
I would have no idea.
They play with a Mucci.
They do play with a Mucci. All right.
Impressive. That Mucci seems to be performing quite well.
That was a really strong shot right there, because the position for this 9 was not that easy in that spot, but he really stroked that well. And I think it's going to be close, at least, to having all 10 points go for We Only Need One Stick at this point. Back over to the other table. Ball in hand here for Cajun fried rice. That's Tommy Tran.
Yeah.
And he's trying to see if he can. Can't squeeze that 2-ball by the 7, I don't believe. So shooting it into the side pocket, that seems like to be his only option.
Now the skill level limit for 9-ball doubles is 10. It looks like Cajun fried rice is now coming in at 11. The reason for that, Ava, is generally that throughout a tournament like this, you know, it's not uncommon for, especially when you're being successful and you're running through the tournament, to have a player that maybe goes up in skill level. So you're seeing now where that adjustments come in.
But don't forget, if they came in, like we have doubles league where we're in South Carolina, North Carolina, where I am, and if you have a doubles league and you start out as a 10, during league play you might end up at 11.
Right.
So you enter this tournament having to spot your opponents a few balls because you went up during the year during league play. So that could be the other reason why they have played this tournament at 11. All right, that's a big opening for the Terrible D's right there, missing that 4-ball. 5's in a great spot.
This is Robert DeTunk of Terrible D's. Terrible D's hailing from Spring, Texas. Playing out of Big Time Billiards.
I like what he did there. He actually went and said, okay, this is where I want to be in this area. Because a lot of players, a lot of amateurs will just kind of glance over and say, okay, over there somewhere, and not really pay attention to exactly where you want to be, because getting close to balls is less important, especially on a 7-foot table, than having the correct angle to be able to get to the next shot. So I like seeing that when you actually walk over and say, okay, this is where I want to be.
Looks like Terrible D's have been in the 9-ball doubles event previously, finishing 32nd. We also have some experience playing in our national team format as well. So we'll see if that experience comes in handy here in the semifinal round. Again, of the 9-ball doubles championship, part of the Showdown series in conjunction with the APA Poolplayer Championships here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Tommy Tran turns it over to Daniel Killian. See if he can keep the momentum going for the Cajun fried rice.
That's a very good angle here. The cue ball is on the rail, but all you really have to do here is tap the 7-ball in softly. Just got a nice speed on it to get a shot at the 8. Just have to trust yourself here. If you hit this firm, a lot of things happen, and some of those not so good, like that. All right, he made his point. He did get the point on their side, but this is not a hanger right here. Jason, I don't like these shots at all.
Here, Tommy is skill level 8, so he is at that upper tier of the 9-ball spectrum in terms of skill level. But he doesn't manage to pocket that 8-ball.
That's a tough shot, especially trying to get down here on for the 9-ball for his partner.
And that'll bring Monica to the table here. I'm sorry, Robert will come to the table.
Well, this is even more difficult. You might as well just take your point right here. Make sure you make that 8-ball. If you can't get all the way down for the 9, that's fine. Monica can go ahead and shoot the bank shot on the 9 if she has to. You don't want to take a chance on giving up the table here by trying to get too cute. We'll see if he's got the draw stroke for this. Robert is a skill level 6, so he should be able to at least give this a shot, but don't give up the 8. Nice, beautiful draw shot.
Very nice.
That's pretty strong right there.
Leaves nice position for Monica, who will look to finish it off with a couple more points.
She's smiling, loving her partner right there. And there you go. Good 3 points.
So we'll get a score update there as we move back over to table 2, where we only need one stick. Currently leads 8-2.
And it turned out to be a good hit. He got a little lucky there. It looked like it was going to scratch, but instead he went back and forth in the corner pocket, made the hit, and the cue ball went to the rails. So big break for them.
This is Dareth Tacofer at the table here for the team of Ladies Please out of Lawton, Oklahoma.
Good
Dareth
shot.
Pockets the 8-ball.
And took care of her partner on top of it and left that 9-ball almost straight into the side.
Good position play from with the teammates here. 2 points there for Carol.
Back over here, we'll see what kind of break. I have a feeling that Robert's going to hit these pretty well.
Strong break from Robert.
Now, where's that one going to end up? A little bit farther than he wanted, but she does have a shot now. Monica can shoot this 1 ball into the side pocket. A lot of players are afraid of the side pockets, but they are wider than you think. A little tough on this angle, but all she has to do is make this, because there's a possible 2-9 billiard even if she doesn't get on the 2. Nice shot there. Kind of a two-way shot here. Making the 2 ball, hit some center ball on it, make the 9, or he can slam it, come into the rail and back out again. A lot of different options. He's looking at this billiard right here. It's not going to leave much of a shot on the 3 ball if he misses it, but position on the 3 is tough. And again, you got to remember your partner's speed. She is a 3.
Right.
Which means, or excuse me, Monica's a 4, which means that he doesn't want to leave too tough. He doesn't have to leave her straight in or anything. She's an accomplished player on her own right, but you also have to remember that a little bit when you're playing doubles. And it pays off to play the same partner a lot of times. You know, when you see teams come back.
Right.
Because you got to have that connection.
They do have some experience here, so we'll see how that plays in.
We'll see here if Monica decides to play defensively or if she tries to go for Kind of a crazy shot. I like going ahead and playing center ball on the cue ball and then play the three rails around the table. That sounds like a far-fetched, but just hit it a little bit too far on the right-hand side, but she shot the correct shot. She just misaimed it a little bit. That cue ball doesn't scratch, and she leaves the safety, so.
Looks like she'll give ball in hand to Daniel Killian. Cajun fried rice. Terrible D's with a slight lead early on over Cajun fried rice. The 9-ball doubles championship being the 4th of 5 events to be decided here at the Poolplayer Championships. The semifinals, of course, currently in play. Following this round, we'll have the finals tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll cap it all off with the 8-ball classic, all 5 tiers of that event. Looking now at table 2. Carol Wagner of the Terrible D's. Looks like she turns the table over to Scott Baker. He's a skill level 4. Of course, all 4 of the players in this match rated as skill level 4s. That brings Dareth Takofer. And I am saying that name correctly, Ava. I checked before. That was not an easy name. Dareth Takofer.
D-E-R-E-T-H. Dareth. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a good name. Just focus on making that one. That's a good shot. Try to make sure you let your opponent your partner at least see the 2, but just make sure you get that point right there. As close as this match is.
These ladies out of Lawton, Oklahoma. Looks like they play out of Flicks.
Kind of a creative shot there. Worked out. That 2-ball snuck behind the 9, so. It was an intricate safety.
This would be Travis Yinling at the table now for We Only Need One Stick.
Table's a little messy right now because even if he doesn't hit this and they get ball in hand, the ladies are going to have a bit of an issue with that 3-ball because it doesn't go in either of the corner pockets. So position for that 3 is going to be difficult, even with ball in hand. Looks like he is aiming it well. Oh, he put a ton of right spin on that, and that was not even close. He was aiming on the right place on the cushion, it looked like. At least close, but he added a ton of right on it, so that didn't work out too well. But we'll see what Dareth is going to do here. That 3-ball is a bit of an issue.
Not uncommon sometimes, folks, to see players when they move to this stage of the tournament, particularly as they get into the championship arena and the streaming, and some of the spectators get a little nervous, right? I know you
No question.
I know you had a question from one of the spectators in the room specifically about that and how, you're able to in big matches kind of maintain your composure. And is that a facade or is that a real thing? I mean, do you have some system there that?
You know what? First of all, the last thing you want to do is let your opponent know that you're a nervous wreck.
Sure.
So everybody gets nervous. That's an automatic. The worst thing that can happen to me as a pro is that I don't feel the nerves.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare because then you're
sloppy.
not alert.
Yeah.
You're not really on. So you want the fight or flee kind of thing to happen, that fear, but you want to get up there to fight. But you don't want to let your opponent know that you have that fear. But what happens is when you act calm, you kind of become calm. So if you act, kind of crazy and shaking your head and getting upset and everything else, it's going to throw you off and it's going to give your opponent power.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
it's a bit of an acting job.
Okay.
But it works. You got to forgive yourself quickly, and when you're playing partners like this, the other thing is you got to let your opponent know that you forgive them equally. So really, when you're playing doubles like this, the support of the other person is huge.
Sure.
All right, the 3-ball has opened up, so he's going to try to find a position for it. In the meantime, let's go back over here to table number 1 again.
Looks like Terrible D's have opened up a nice little bit of a lead there, 15-5. Of course, they've only got to get to 38 points. This is Monica Tung with the break. A break I'm assuming she's pretty happy with when the 9-ball drops.
Not only that, but she made 2 more balls, so 4 points.
So she'll take 4 points there, and that'll leave 6 dead balls for those unfamiliar with APA 9-ball scoring. A little bit different with the point system there. So, but a good break overall, and that'll put them up 19-5 as they move into the next rack.
It was a nice 4-ball freebie there.
Now it'll be Robert DeTunk's turn to see what he can do on the break. And I'm guessing we probably have a patch for her somewhere, right? Not on the break, right?
Yeah, you bet. And that's a higher level patch too, which is very exciting when you come here. Not too many are.
I see the referees. He
have managed to get
just grabbed one from our tournament staff
here.
That's
great.
So she'll be adding to her patch collection here. One of the neat things about APA. A lot of players love the patches.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, Robert should have been paying attention to how Monica hit those because...
yeah, she's maybe going to work to have to give him a lesson because scratched there on the break, so...
This could cost them 4 points here with this layout. If Daniel can get position here for Tommy on the 2-ball, he should have no problem getting over to the 3, so this could be 3 or 4 balls easy here for them on their side of the board.
Cajun Fried Rice. Of course, they're from Shreveport, Louisiana, where they play out of Good Times Billiards. And it looks like these guys are fairly new to the game of pool. They say here that Daniel's been playing for about 1.5 years, Tommy about 3 years. So quite an accomplishment to get to this level of a tournament. They've never been here to one of our events in Vegas.
Well, what a first visit, huh, for them?
Yeah. And that's, we see a lot of players out here for the very first time. It's a pretty cool experience to see kind of their eyes light up when they walk into that tournament room. And
well, what I like about our format, too, I mean, other than coming out here and having some fun playing Mini-Manias, you want to play here in this tournament and play for the prize money that's here. You need to qualify to get here.
Right.
You can't just step up and form a team that is stronger than everybody else and goes in. But you have to fight your way here. It's an honor to be able to make it this far and play in this event. So
absolutely, everyone who's playing at this level, in some ways, is already a champion because they've
already
accomplished something on the local level. So definitely a unique thing about the APA championships.
All right, here's a tricky shot here for Daniel. Not just making this, but being able to get back over again for the 4. Just overcut it a little bit. That's easy to do. And back comes Terrible D's.
We'll see Monica back at the table here. Monica, skill level 4.
Oh, she hit that like she meant it. A little farther than she wanted. But that's all right. She did get that point.
Well, they look, the Terrible D's, they look very carefree at the moment.
They do.
They kind of look, they don't look stressed. I think I'm more stressed than they are.
Calm down, Jason. It's going to be okay.
Well, you get so nervous for these teams, you want good things for them, and it's just such a big stage to be playing on here at the championships.
Yeah, no kidding.
Steve is passing me notes here during the broadcast.
Yeah, you bet. All right, here we go. Let's see what he's going to do, if he can play. If this would be, I think, the first safety that I remember seeing in this particular match. Trying to get that cue ball behind the 9. That's not bad right there. He can definitely hit the 4, but I don't think, yeah, he definitely can't make it, so not bad.
I want to make sure we thank our sponsors, Aramith Billiard Balls, Action Cues, of course, Pool Dog. Recommend them for all of your billiard accessory needs, from cues to gloves to all kinds of stuff. PoolDog.com. Of course, our friends here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Been working oh so hard this week to really work with APA to give pool players, the experience of a lifetime. That's really the goal when we come out here, is to make sure that, people go home and, it's something they can always remember and something they're going to talk about with others.
Right.
And I think so far, by all accounts, we've accomplished that, which is a good thing. But we certainly could not do that without the help of the staff here at the Westgate. So very appreciative of their efforts.
Great hit there. That's going to go on the side, or is it going to sit there? That was a bit unfortunate, but the question is that 3 ball in the way? Can she hit this 1? Usually you can tell by somebody's facial expression, but there was not much of that there. She just kind of took a look at it, and we'll find out if she can actually squeeze it by there or not. Now she looks like she's going to try to kick this 2 cushions. Side cushion, bottom. And again, we have seen now for the last 2 days that these tables, they've tightened up a little bit because there's more and more play on them. But anytime you have new cloth put on, and this is new cloth in here, they've been playing. Oh, wow, she made it. Holy smokes. Wow, that's pretty strong. And she got position on the 2 ball for her partner.
That's impressive. Again, that's Dareth Takofer with that shot.
These tables do play a little bit longer. The angles are longer than on the tables that everybody's been playing on for a while. So they, you just have to shorten it up a little bit. But when you hit it firm like she did, then it will play truer. It won't slide as much. The new cloth won't slide quite as much.
Of course, all 4 of these teams playing for a spot in the final round and a shot at the $3,500 first place prize.
Thin cut here. Thin cut on this 2 ball. And that's one thing, if you're watching at home right now, that I have seen time and time again, is 90% of the time, majority of the amateur players will undercut those kind of shots to really work on daring to hit it thin enough.
Right.
That was a nice stroke. She looks fearless, doesn't she?
Yeah, I was going to say, if she's nervous, she's most certainly not showing it.
No emotion there. She's just getting the job done.
See if Carol can follow her lead here.
She didn't like the side pocket shot there. A little bit too shallow of an angle, perhaps. She took a look at perhaps playing it in the corner. We'll see what she decides to do. She went for the side. She did it, but no love there on the 4 ball. Easy safety here for Dareth. She can go ahead and just thin this 4 ball and send the cue ball down table, and she'll have a big ball there on that 8 to hide behind. Oh, she's going the other way. Watch out for the double hit. Oh.
Very nice.
Well, she got away with it. Snookered her. She made the ball, but snookered her partner here behind the 8. She's going to have to put a lot of spin on it if she's going to the side cushion. She's going to go all the way down, I think.
She sizes up the table. Let's take a look at table 1. Get an update on action over there. Terrible D's still up considerably here, 19-5. Daniel Killian at the table for Cajun Fried Rice, looking to cut into that lead.
He's got his work cut out for him here.
Referee watching the hit.
That's not a bad result. A little bit too firm. If that 6-ball would have stayed on the cushion, it would have been a tough bank.
You can see his partner giving him some advice after the shot. And a little discussion there.
That's one thing to remember, that there's only one timeout per match, but the players can converse as they're sitting in the chair and kind of make a game plan, support each other, talk about stuff, loosening each other up. I like that, the fact that you can talk while you're sitting, as long as you're not bothering the other team.
And that one time out of match, I mean, that can become, you know, a significant part of the match.
Oh,
we saw
absolutely.
it in the 8-ball doubles a couple nights ago, how that played into a couple of those matches. So, got to be strategic when taking those timeouts.
Especially in 8-ball, I think it's more important than even the 9-ball, because 9-ball is more of a shooter's game. So a timeout is good to have, but in 8-ball, trying to plan out what to do and what to leave, and you know, leave a ball in front of the pocket or safety, it tends to come up more than it does in 9-ball.
It's a chess match there in the 8-ball. This is Monica here at the table.
And the beauty again here, if she can fire this 8-ball in, just shoot center ball, and she can just leave the cue ball there for the 9 in the side. Or she can roll it up, play 9 in the corner, but this is the key shot, big shot on this 8-ball. Nice shot.
Wow. Nice shot and a very nice lead for her partner, Robert. Come to the table looking to add 2 points to their lead.
And I agree with you, Jason. They really look kind of unbothered and confident.
They look relaxed, I think is the real key.
The two of them and Dareth look more comfortable than anybody else. Yeah.
I think she did a little dance earlier after one of the shots.
Yeah.
She's in the groove. At least Monica is. There's Robert. All right, so they're going to extend that lead. We'll get a score update on there, and we'll take a look back over at table 2, where it looks like they're racking as well. Got a little bit of time here. Ava, so I know you missed the pool part. So we'll tell the story again, because people are just now tuning in, right? You went up to your room last night. You went up to your room last night. It's been a long day, right?
It's been a long week.
Closed your eyes for a little bit. Next thing you know, it's the middle of the night, and you have totally missed the pool party, the Poolapalooza. But I brought you a surprise. Last night was 80s. It was an 80s party was the theme, so I brought you some glasses.
So I really have to wear these, don't I?
We've got the glasses, yeah. So,
I
you know, I didn't want you to be totally left out, so we've got the 80s glasses. And
this is,
you feel good
Can we
now,
edit this out? Is there a way to get rid of this? No?
No?
I actually can see. You can actually see out of these.
Yeah, you think these would help your game?
No.
No,
might help yours.
Okay, so
it's not going to help mine.
Yeah. August, though, we're going to make sure you set a wake-up call.
I can't believe it.
All right, so we're back in action here.
Another powerful break.
Yeah,
I'm telling
Monica's
you.
got that break going on. Look at she's got a little pep in her step there.
She did make a ball on her break, but no shot here for her partner. So Robert's going to have to kick at this one ball.
And she's just smiling away over there.
Yeah, she is. Well, at 24-9, I would be smiling too.
Yeah, I get it. Of course, they're at 24 points, only needing to get to 38 because they are a skill level combination of 10. So they're racing to 38 points. Well, Robert in a little bit of a tough spot here.
He really wishes he could kick to the side rail and come back for that 1-9 combo, but he's going to have to go to the long rail, I believe, here. I mean, the short rail, sorry. There you go. You can pick a side, either to the far end rail or the other one. It doesn't really matter because the balls are in the middle. Normally, always try to kick and hit the shortest rail. In other words, the one that the object ball is closest to, so you can judge it more easily. But here it's about 50-50. Main thing is to get a good hit here. If I were their opponents, I would ask the referee to come over right now because there could be a split hit. Could be very close here if it hits the inside of it. Well, again, he may have aimed it right, but with a little bit of reverse is what threw it out. So what do you do here?
So he'll turn ball in hand over to Tommy Tran, and Tommy is a skill level 8, so that's not the guy you want to give ball in hand to, right? Out of all 8 of these participants here, he's probably the last you want to give ball in hand to. So we'll see what he can do with it.
Well, they're going to talk a little bit possibly because I would go for the 1-9 here because he has a skill level 3 as his partner, and if he makes the 1 ball here, the 2 does not go in the corner pocket, so it's a tougher shot. You might as well take your 2 points here and get to have the break.
So he takes the 2 and he leaves 7 dead balls on the table.
And again, the 9 ball that we play in the pros, you take that combo all day long. But here, you can get more points if the table is open. You can, grab a lot more points by avoiding that combination.
Yeah, a real significant difference with APA 9-ball scoring versus pro 9-ball scoring, where the person to sink the 9-ball in the pro game wins wins that particular game. Here, all points based, so the difference of the 9-ball is generally just 2 points. So we go back over to table 2, where the ladies please team is at the table, leading 22-14. Needing 31 points to secure a spot in the final round. This is Carol Wagner at the table.
Yeah, she just jumped up on that a little bit. It's so important that your eyes and your hand, this game is so much about hand-eye coordination, and a lot of times I see a lot of amateurs don't really look at what they want to do. In other words, if your eyes are on the object ball, preferably when you shoot. Some players like to look up at the cue ball and then last second look up at the object ball, and that's fine. But what you don't want is when you're pulling back and getting ready to shoot is to have your eyes somewhere between. And I do see that a lot, and your arm is literally going, where are we going? And you kind of stand up and just kind of jab at it because you're not getting that kind of that click between the eyes and the hand.
That makes sense. Dareth will come back to the table.
That's a good shot there, except she got a little unfortunate, went off that 8 ball and scratched in the corner pocket. I didn't even think that cue ball could get past the 6, but it did.
And again, that will be marked as a dead ball in this particular rack. Ball pocketed, but with a scratch.
Well, the key here is to find the good angle to get from the 6 to the 7. 5 with ball in hand obviously is no problem. The 6 ball is right there. 6 to the 7 is going to be the key shot here if they're going to try to run this table out. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge. You really want to be on the other side of it or have more of an angle than this, but he might be able to kind of either go around 2 rails to the other side of the table or slam it and come straight down. I would go 2 rails, but oh wow!
That's Scott Baker there. That
only the cue ball can go on that angle.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like it has eyes sometimes.
Yeah.
So another dead ball there, and then you have 4 available points here for the ladies.
So both teams here in the, I'm not sure how many racks we were in, maybe the 4th or 5th, trading off dead balls basically as a result of a scratch. Carol Wagner here at the table, shooting on the 7.
Oh boy.
Nearly did it again.
Yeah, again, you want to leave yourself a little bit of an angle. I know she wants to make sure she makes the ball, but if you leave yourself just a little bit of an angle, then you make that and the cue ball will automatically go towards the 8 instead of stay on the cushion there. So Dareth's going to have to come with a good shot, and she did.
Yes, she did.
She's awfully steady, isn't she?
You know, I've yet to see, I think, any of these teams take a timeout. You know, they seem to be moving quickly, right?
Get up and shoot.
Carol Wagner finishes off that rack for ladies please. We'll get a score update there. Check in on the action on table 1, where Monica de Tunk Tung is at the table.
She needs trying to kick 2 cushions here, bottom and side cushion, to hit the 1. She needs to make contact with that 1 ball, or Cajun fried rice will get ball in hand anywhere on the table. It looks like she might go a little bit too long here. Yeah.
So she will give ball in hand to Cajun fried rice. It'll be up to Daniel Killian to make something happen as a result of that opportunity.
And I would think that he's going to go ahead and just play for the 2-6 combination to shoot pretty much a stop shot there on the 1 ball. And let his partner, Tommy Tran, who's a skill level 8, deal with that combination. I don't think that's going to be a problem. You don't have to get cute and get on the other side of the 2 here. Tommy will have no problem with that combo.
Back over at table 2, where Kara Wagner shooting on the 1 ball.
Well, she took care of her job.
Ladies Please is getting ever so close to that magic number of 31.
They need 5 balls, right? 5 points, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so, because
they've
pocketed the 1.
Well, the 2 went on the break.
Might be another ball, right? So 28, still needing 3 points, so they could finish it right here in this rack. This could be it for the team of Ladies Please, Lawton, Oklahoma.
But you never know. You're never safe, because
right.
1 rack and all of a sudden we only need 1 stick would be at 26 points. The fact that each rack is worth a total of possible of 10 points, they could be at 26 like that.
Right back in it, absolutely.
But not if the ladies keep leaving shots like this after they miss. Here's a good safety, though. If he hits a full hit on this 4 ball, I don't know if he can, but he can get a fuller hit on the 4 ball. He might be able to leave the cue ball behind the 5.
Ladies Please is going to ask a referee to watch the hit, make sure it's clean.
This could be a good time to take a timeout and talk a little bit. If they have not used their timeout yet, I would use it right now.
And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Travis realizing the importance here of the moment.
And even though both are the same skill level, it doesn't really matter. Just discussing it for a while. You are a team,
just
so
make
when
sure you're on the same page, right?
Yep. And sometimes, you know, the other player, even though you're similar skill level, you might have an idea that the other one just didn't see.
So we go back to table 1. Tommy Tran.
I give you an update here. He did exactly that. He did a super shot there. Cue ball just came out. It looked like it was going to stay behind the 4, but he hit a really good shot. Knocked the 4 ball to the other side of the table. So tough shot here. There's no bank available. You can't really bank this because the 4 ball is so close to the rail. You're probably going to get a double hit on it. It's going to go a little long. We'll see here if she's going to leave a shot, and she did. And it's time for we only need 1 stick to get some work done here.
Sure. Scott Baker will attempt to do that. Starting with the 4 ball.
Good shot.
Again, in the 9-ball doubles format, the players alternating each shot. Back over to table 1, Tommy Tran with an opportunity to finish out the rack here, and he does for Cajun fried rice.
And they needed that.
They did.
They needed to put some points on their side of the board there to stay alive. And it's never over till it's over. It's like we said, 1 rack is 10 points, and all of a sudden...
Yep, absolutely.
Put the pressure on. But with, these ladies
please, are
are
cruising here.
firing balls in.
Now needing 2 points, I believe.
Oh, look at that. Oh, just barely.
Things are going well. They're going well, right?
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Big 4 points here for these guys. They have to run this table.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Ava. I mean, how does we only need one stick? How do they climb back in this match now? I guess just one ball at a time, right?
It's one ball at a
Great
time.
opportunity here.
Don't try to create too much. Oh no.
Big mistake
Oh
there
wow.
by Travis Yinling. That's gonna leave a dead ball, and it's gonna leave the ladies' please team with ball in hand, and great opportunity to finish this off right here.
Yeah, you bet. As long as she looks like she's played it with straight in, and she's gonna roll it up here for her partner.
Kara Wagner
Like that.
pockets the 8-ball, and she's gonna leave it to Dareth to try to finish it off. This will be for a spot in the final round.
And I tell you what, the way Dareth has been playing, if there was anybody in this room other than perhaps the skill level 8 over there, I would want Dareth to shoot it for me. She's been so steady.
She has no problem there. So the team of Ladies Please is moving on to the final round with some handshakes from the teams.
And that was just shot making. They just put the balls in the hole and went and sat down and waited for their next opportunity, and that's what you have to do to get the job done. So
the team of We Only Need One Stick will finish tied for third in the 9-ball doubles event. They will cash out $1,300 in prize money. So good tournament run for them. Obviously, they would have liked to be in the finals, but if you got to go, it's better to go with $1,300 than zero, right?
That's true.
So
awful lot of teams that were out here that would like to trade places with them.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what Monica can do here in her attempt to get on that 3-ball for her partner. 2 is no problem, but the 3 is a little tricky. That's not bad. Well, a little too far. A little too far. She snookered her partner here behind the 6-ball. Robert's going to have to get creative.
Cajun Fried Rice has closed that gap that Terrible D's, that lead they had created early on. Of course, with a skill level limit or combo of 11, they do need 4 extra points. So
where's that cue ball going to go? Ooh. Right there.
Great opportunity here with Tommy Tran having ball in hand.
It's a little tricky to get a position on this 4, but luckily for them, skill level 8 Tommy Tran is the shot. He wants that to stop though. Oh. That was a little farther than he wanted. He wanted to get a little bit more straight in on there so that not only leave an easier shot for Daniel, but to be able to stop the cue ball right there for the 5 in the side. So we'll see here if he can thin this enough. And if he gets that super thin hit on the 4, the cue ball should slow down on the 9. But it's a really thin backwards cut, even more than it actually looks here from the angle of the camera. It's a really, really thin hit. There you can see right there. Oh, just undercut it by hair.
The cue ball stops just short of the pocket there.
Well, he had one coming. He got away with one. The other team got away with one a little earlier, so, he's smiling.
So score update here. You see that Terrible D's needing only 10 points now. Cajun Fried Rice still needing 21.
All right, looks like a billiard is possible. She goes for that 4. Well, she's hitting it low, so I don't think that's going to work. She went for the bank, and another tough leave. And he's going to be jacked up over this 5-ball here.
Again, if you're just tuning in, we're watching coverage of the APA 9-ball doubles championship here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This is the semifinal round of the 9-ball doubles championship. We have Cajun Fried Rice, the team in blue from Shreveport, competing against Terrible D's from Spring, Texas. This is Tommy Tran at the table.
He's going to try to play this off the 8, and he did it, but he let go of the cue ball and scratches.
Surprised by that mistake from a skill level 8 there?
Not really, because he was, the 5-ball was impeding his stroke, so he had to kind of jack up on it. It's very difficult to aim just right when you're hitting from above like that. When you always want to have a level cue stick.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, unless you play a lot of pool, to appreciate how difficult it is when you are shooting over a ball like that, because you're not down in the line of aim, so it does make it tougher.
That'll result in ball in hand for Robert de Tung.
Robert's going to draw this cue ball straight back, I believe. He wants to leave just a little bit of an angle, preferably for Monica on the 6, so she can have natural position on the 7. That's about exactly where you want to be right there. Good shot there. See if you can float the cue ball. Just follow it up a little bit for the 7. Well done.
Ava, for the folks at home that are interested in, how do these teams get out here? How do you qualify for an event like this?
Well, it all depends. I mean, there are different ways of qualifying. Again, we spoke of that before, that you do have to qualify to get here. Some will play in a qualifying tournament that is run by the league operator, where it's just a tournament. You pay an entry fee and all that. The money goes towards the players that are going to the tournament, or through league play. In our area, we don't have a 9-ball league yet, but we do have 8-ball doubles.
League, right?
We do have the 8-ball doubles, and when you play in and then that's how we qualify teams. And because of that, instead of having one team, we get 2 teams, because we have more. So the more teams we have playing, the more spots we get out here. So some of the areas have more spots out here because they have a lot of players playing the doubles league, and that's really been a popular event for us. It's a kind of a fast night. You play 2 singles matches and a doubles match, so it's not just the doubles match that matters, but it matters more. It's worth twice the points of the singles matches. So it's kind of a fun night. Each player play a singles match, and then you play the doubles.
And it looks like both of these teams qualified, kind of like you talked about, as the result of a local tournament.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Wow. That surprised me.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on the rail, but at a skill level 6, that could be nerves. It could be just taking your eye off the ball. But that was big, especially when they only need
6 points. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big 2 points there, but still in good position, I think. We'll see what Daniel Killian can do here.
Well, the difference to me is, too, obviously they're way behind. But that, if you look at it, if they were to, let's say, break and run the next 2 racks, that's 20 points. That puts them at 41. This 9-ball would put him over without having to go into yet another rack. So
it looks like they're going to use their timeout here. Tommy demonstrating for Daniel where he suggests he strike the cue ball. And now we'll see if Daniel can replicate what he's been advised.
Need to hit this firm, so thin that you need to have some speed on it for the 9-ball to make it to the pocket. Watch out where the cue ball's going.
So he makes the 9.
And that'll work. That'll work.
Nice piece of advice there by Tommy Tran for his teammate.
Fried rice is still alive.
Cajun fried rice. That's one of the really neat things right there about the doubles competition, you know. Tommy kind of saying, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to hit it.
Yeah.
And Daniel being able to come through, you can kind of see some smiles now from these guys. Something I don't think we've seen yet from them. They've seemed very serious thus far. So we'll see if they can carry some momentum from that.
Well, the minute you forget to have fun in this, you're in trouble.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I even know that from the pros. Sometimes I'll get too serious in a match, and I need to loosen up, and I'll start kind of laughing a little bit, having some fun with the crowd or with my opponent if it's somebody that is okay with that, so I don't shark them, obviously. But
right.
If it's one of my friends we're playing, you need to loosen up a little bit because this is supposed to be fun.
Absolutely. If it's not fun, why do it, right?
Yeah. And you play better when you're having some fun out there.
Tommy Tran with the break.
Can't get any rolls off the break. Can't even make a ball, so Monica steps up here, and we'll see if she goes for this bank shot. I'm not quite sure if that she can avoid the double hit, but if she can go for this long, tough bank. The cue ball will stay up there with the 2. And she went the other side. All right. No harm done.
Again, we'll be streaming the finals of the 9-ball doubles championships just momentarily, I believe, tonight at the conclusion of the semifinal round. We are somewhat behind schedule. The quarterfinal round ran a little longer than anticipated. So following the semifinals, we'll make a few adjustments and we'll head right back into the finals coverage. So stick around. We still got a lot of pool to play here tonight at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Of course, we'll be live streaming the 8-ball classic and all 5 tiers of that event tomorrow. The culmination of 510 players down to a couple dozen come morning.
That's a very good shot right there. Very, very good shot. Managed to snooker terrible D's behind the 6-ball here. Robert's going to have to kick at this one, I believe.
256 teams in the 9-ball doubles event. We are
we're in Vegas.
We're in Vegas, hearing some interesting noises coming from outside the championship arena here.
Somebody gave a microphone to the wrong person, I think.
Our producers are suggesting it may be karaoke. Sounds like decent quality. I don't know if it'd be...
Well, it's interesting because, this event is so big. We have every large room you can imagine here at the Westgate, except there's one room that they had a party a couple of nights ago, and I think they have another party tonight.
Right, yeah.
And somebody is doing karaoke or something out there.
You can see the competitors getting a laugh out of it.
At least whoever that is has a good voice.
Robert to Tung at the table.
Here we go. Important shot here. Kick shot. They need 6 points. You don't want to give a bunch of free points to your opponents here and let them get back in this match. That's a good shot. It's tough to get a safety out of it, but he did what he could. So the 1 and 2 should be no problems, but Daniel might have a difficult... Oh,
wow.
Tommy. That's, you know what I was talking about before. You try to create too much when somebody's way ahead like that, and you
Trying to
try
do
to,
too much,
yeah,
yeah.
he's already thinking about the three ball, how to
Yeah,
get down to the three ball. You got to focus on what's at, and grab the points that you can when you can. And if you
sure.
can't run out, then you play safety.
Monica de Tunk using the bridge to pocket the one ball there.
And again, snookered Robert, but it's okay. You know what? That point counts. That
And they're 1 point
in
closer, now
there.
needing only 5 points to secure their spot in the finals.
A little easier kick shot here for Robert. Oh, I think is he gonna try to curve this? Or is he gonna hit behind and try to stick it right there? Nope.
Fails to contact the 2 ball, so he's going to give ball in hand to Daniel Killian.
And the worst thing possible for him happened because that was kind of a tricky position to get down to that 3 ball to get the right angle and speed, especially considering Daniel is a skill level 3.
Yeah, we're starting to see some mistakes from the
Yeah.
players that we might not have expected them from, and that being your higher skilled players.
That
Of course,
was
Tommy Tran was skill level 8 for Cajun Fried Rice, and Robert de Tunk skill level 6 for Terrible D. So it just goes to show you,
right.
we're still amateurs, right?
Yeah, no, of course. But the fact that he broke those open and all of a sudden left a 3 in the pocket now, Daniel didn't have to do anything with the cue ball, but has left Tommy a shot. Now it's going to be interesting to see if Tommy takes these 2 points right here or if he's going to go for more. If he was playing by himself right now, he would go into that 5 and 7, I would believe. But this way, they're going to get their points, and then let Daniel make this, and then Tommy can go ahead and play some kind of a safety if he has to on the 5. It's not going to be an easy one if he leaves the cue ball down here, but at least he'll be in control of the table and they get their points on their side of the board. Yeah, he was trying to create too much. He should have just taken that point and let Tommy fix it from there, but he got a little bit lucky, so.
Going to bring Monica to the table. Again, Terrible D's needing only 5 points. Possible they could finish this match out here in this rack. Not sure how likely that is based on where she's at the moment.
Question is, where is that 4 going to stop? Well, for her, it stopped in the worst possible place. Because not only can Tommy make this 4 ball now, but he can break out the 5. If he had ball in hand, he couldn't get much better than that. Alright, here's where I would take the timeout in this rack. Definitely take a timeout and talk about this. This is not an easy cut shot, especially for skill level 3, cutting this backwards right there. You at least take a look at the safety, or at least have a discussion about this, because if he makes this, I don't know. I would have a talk right here, but Tommy has faith in Daniel right here, so he's just going to let him go for it.
Still not looking overly comfortable with what he has to deal with.
He's going for it. We'll see if he can avoid undercutting it here. Oh, he actually overcut it. And where's that cue ball going?
Scratches.
Oh.
Ouch. Golden opportunity here for Terrible D's. Ball in hand, fairly open table. I don't know. See any problems with potentially them finishing it off here, Ava?
No, the first 3 points should be no problem at all. And obviously, anybody can miss a ball at any point, but the layout for the 5, 6, and 7 are pretty easy. 7 to the 8 could create a bit of a problem depending on what he does here. It's important that you get the correct angle on the 6 so that 6 to the 7, Monica doesn't have to do much as far as getting position, get the cue ball out towards the middle of the table so you can easily get to the 8. But regardless of what happens,
Terrible D's now at 34 points, needing only 4.
I think they just took a timeout here. They would prefer, obviously, not to let the fried rice get back at all, but the main thing is to make this shot right here. And even if you go to the next rack, you want to need as few balls, as few points as possible. So if she makes this,
down to 3 points needed.
And that's not bad. She's on the other side of it than I would be. I would have been in the center of the table to have an easy position there, but this is okay. She has just a little bit of an angle on this 7 where he can draw it up towards the center of the table, or he can follow it. He's got enough of an angle to follow it up for the 8. Just like that. That was perfect. A little tap in here. Just leave it. Nice soft shot.
Very nice. Robert will have a chance to put this match away right here on the 9 ball, folks. Skill level 6. If I was a betting man, I would
have to, but he missed a very easy one earlier in this rack, so you never know.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Oh, he
and
did.
He missed again.
But you know what? The sun has been shining on this team pretty much the whole match, and he missed that and then left this. What are the odds of that? If you're going to miss it, at least leave it in the pocket.
So what is Tommy's option here? He's going to try to play safety of some sort.
Yeah, either that or try to bank it in there. But yeah, safety. But I don't know what he did there. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Oh, he was trying to hide him.
Okay.
There's a deep safety right there. Even if she can see this is one of the toughest shots in billiards. When both balls are frozen on the cushion, she's going to have to kick at it because she's corner hooked. She cannot hit the straight shot. But even if she could, if both balls were frozen, it is one of the absolute most difficult shots in billiards, especially when they're that far apart.
And of course, they've taken their time out, so Monica's on her own here. She's trying to kind of size up how she wants to attack this, but she can't get any advice here from her teammate because they did take that time out a couple moments ago.
Normally, in this case, you just find the midway point between the two balls because they're both on the same place on the rail. Just got to watch out here because these tables run long. And that's what happened.
Just missed. Daniel will have an opportunity here to extend this match to the next rack. If he can pocket the 9 ball. Of course, he has ball in hand.
Still alive.
There's 2 more points for Cajun fried rice.
All right, going into the next rack. You never know. You never know.
Still alive. Still alive. Of course, Terrible D's now needing only 1 point.
Yeah,
so
something
any ball
amazing.
Pocketed will secure the match for them. Ava, so I know it's you've been here most of the week. You did have a little jaunt there to Philadelphia in the middle of the week, but what's next for you following this event?
What's next for me? You know what? I have APA events until sometime at the end of June. We
Oh,
have our Masters event coming up this weekend. I have a couple of exhibitions in the middle of all that, but then we have tri-cups and cities, and yeah, it's going to be a fun run every year, like it
yeah.
is for
Late spring, busy
events.
time of the year for the APA leagues
Yes,
around the country as
very
they
much so.
start qualifying teams for the World Championships in August.
Yeah,
Again, back here at the Westgate. So
we already qualified to ladies teams,
nice.
and we have a junior going to the Junior Championship in Davenport, Iowa, in
July there,
July.
very cool.
All right, good shot there. Nice little hit and stick behind all those balls.
Gonna have to find a way to keep Terrible D's out of the pocket. So I anticipate we're going to see some safety play, right, from Cajun Fried Rice if they can get back to the table.
Yeah, you know, you just got to pay attention, do what the table tells you is available. And all that. I'm not sure what he's doing, if he's going to try to mess something up here, take an intentional foul. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to make that 2-ball a little bit more difficult. Kind of a messy table right now, so it's not one of those nice ones where you just go, okay, we have a chance at 10 points here. This is going to be a grind, this rack. And Cajun Fried Rice cannot afford to make a mistake right now.
Again, the winner of this match will move on to face Ladies Please, who secured the other semifinal match 20 minutes ago here. Cajun Fried Rice not going away quietly, though. They're now at 30 points, needing 12 points to secure a win. Of course, the difficult part of that is they have to do that before Terrible D's is able to pocket just one more ball. So, again, we'll see them take some shots when they feel like they have them, and otherwise play as safe as you can.
Yeah, Daniels doesn't have anything easy to look at here. Tommy failed to get around for the position on that 2-ball on the side, this backwards cut. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that off. I think the 2-ball is farther up the table than it looks at this angle, so that's not going to be makeable in the side pocket. If he tries to go for that in the corner, that's obviously going to result in a scratch. So bank shot is about as good as he has if he's going to go offensively, I think. You can see how far up that 2-ball is.
There.
And played the safety. How did he hit it? And that's what you need to do. Had they done that from the very beginning, things could be a little bit different right now. But you know what? They only need 12 points from here.
You can see Monica shaking her head, not sure how she's going to attack this shot. We'll see if they opt to utilize the timeout here.
I don't even think she can go 2 cushions here because of the fact that it's on the 4-ball right there. Or she could look to go bottom cushion, side cushion, and come up and hit the 2, but I don't think that's even possible. So this could be, to me, where you just give ball in hand, because you don't want to, if that 4-ball is kind of messed up right there, the 7 is obviously messed up with the 9, I would kind of not take even the slightest chance of anything happening to those balls. But she might, she can go 2 rails. That's a definite possible hit right here. A little bit of right-left spin. Shorten the angle a little bit. She can do it. She can do it. Gotta have some left on here, though.
Looks like she makes contact with the 8-ball instead, so she will give ball in hand to Tommy Tran. Ain't over yet.
No, not at all. And the thing is, if they manage to get this, they have 38 points. Then they race to 4 and Terrible D's to 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's never over until that last ball's been made.
Now needing only 11 points for Cajun Fried Rice. Looks like Tommy's left his partner with a makeable shot.
Yeah, I'm sure Tommy would have wishes he would have drifted the cue ball farther down so that when Daniel makes that 3 ball, it would come up and give him an angle to be able to make the 4 and break out that 7. But all he's hoping now is that Daniel actually makes this 3, because he will have some kind of a shot unless he hits this too firm. That'll work.
Cajun Fried Rice now at 32 points, needing only 10 to secure the win. Make that 9.
No, he doesn't want to do that. Does not want to do that. That was unexpected. I didn't think he would do that. And I can't remember. They have not taken their time out.
I don't believe so on this rack, so.
And this could be one of those where it's in the worst possible place because you can't really thin it because it looks like the cue ball may be hitting to the corner pocket either way for a scratch. I think you need to talk about this.
Yeah, with so much on the line, how can you not? You may not get another chance at the table.
Nothing worse than if you lose and you remember,
right,
I had a timeout, I had a chance to talk about it. So
can't take the timeout home with you. Might as well use it here. See if you can make some magic happen. Again, we're watching the 9-ball doubles championship semifinal action. We have one semifinal that is already secured. Just waiting on the outcome of this match. We'll have 2 teams square off for $3,500 first place prize money. And of course that coveted trophy.
Alright, referee is going to come over here, take a look at this, make sure that there's no double hit. But I mean, the problem is that where he landed, it's that nightmare spot where it's possible scratch either direction when you thin it. You can't hit it straight on unless you hit it really elevate the back of the cue. But for a 3 to avoid a double hit, that's not something that you want to suggest for them, you know, to take a chance of committing a foul at this point. But I'll tell you what, this looks like it could be scary. And if he hits this too firm, that may send the cue ball straight into the pocket. The problem is, if you hit it too softly, they're going to leave a shot for the other team in the side pocket. I think that was just a little careless on Tommy's part. It wasn't a bad shot, it was just careless position is all.
Looks like they're having some trouble determining their strategy here too.
Yeah, this is just, it literally is in that spot where they're going to scratch either direction.
Need a little magic of some sort. Of course, it's Daniel's shot. Tommy just demonstrating for him where he suggests he strike the cue ball in order to...
He's trying to see if he can avoid that scratch, I think. Daniel says, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's a tough situation here. Knowing that your opponents only need one more ball, and we'll see if he can make some magic happen.
Well,
he didn't scratch, but he also did not.
Didn't. But wait a minute. Are you serious?
Wow.
Wow.
That's the magic, right?
That's the magic.
And And there is the magic.
The pool gods can be evil sometimes, or they can be very, very friendly. Wow. Wow.
You can see Daniel in the background wipe some sweat from his forehead there.
I don't blame him.
Sweet relief for him. Now, if you're terrible D's here, you know, you had the shot on the 9-ball. You missed it. You've kind of allowed these guys to hang around. Do you think any... they seem very confident early on. Is kind of some doubts start to set in a little bit here? I mean...
There were definite doubts there for a while. The one thing they had going for them is that they were so far ahead that enough to... Oh, now it's a different... Well, that 7-ball being where it tied up, luckily, for terrible D's. But enough time can go by where you can have time to regroup.
Yeah.
If both teams are close to the end, then you don't have time. You really get down. But you get down first, and then you pull yourself back up. So,
yeah.
But that kind of brought him right back down again.
Again, they still only need the 1 ball, so
yeah,
need to be.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
When things go your way. They were going all the other direction in the first half of this match, and now the tide has turned.
Keep in mind, Cajun Fried Rice just used their 1 timeout, this rack, so this is going to be on Daniel Killian to try to figure out how to make the most of this opportunity.
Well, I think it doesn't look like that bank shot is available, so I would just tap this 7 to the rail. Hit it on the left side a little bit, hopefully get the cue ball behind the 9, but even if you don't, as long as you just baby it, hit it too firm and it can pop out and actually leave a shot. You need to make sure you hit a solid hit. Make sure you do not leave an open shot.
Daniel's going to think about it a little bit more, knowing that there is very little margin for error. Like Terrible D's has asked a referee to watch the hit.
And you might as well. This is the same thing in the pros. If you don't have a referee at every table, that's fine. If it looks like it might even be remotely close,
better safe than sorry.
Yeah. And obviously teams and players will call a foul on themselves, but sometimes it's too close to call and you don't want to have an argument. So it always goes to the shooter if you don't have somebody there. And you can't agree on what happened, and he did what he had to do. Did he leave a shot?
Well, I couldn't tell by his reaction there, and it's tough for us to, from our vantage point, kind of...
She has a bank shot, and this is the beauty of this, is if you just hit and stick right there, if the bank doesn't go, that's fine.
They're going to go ahead and call their
leave the cue
timeout.
ball behind the 9-ball. That's your main key, is just to shoot a straight-on stop shot. If the 7 goes, great. If it doesn't, you have a safe.
Right.
And being that they only need but 1 ball.
1 ball.
Don't take any chances. You don't want to take a chance on giving the other team 4. Don't get too antsy right now. Just hit and stick. Dead straight on stop shot. Just like that. Make sure you don't draw it, because then that cue ball will come back out, just a center ball.
Looks like Robert's kind of lining Monica up as best he can. Again, he's a skill level 6, providing a little direction to his teammate. See if it pays off here.
That's exactly what you wanted to do.
Like she
Perfect.
followed his advice.
Perfect shot.
And we'll have Tommy Tran back at the table.
And this could be the shot of the match here for Tommy if he comes with something here. Looking at possibly massing around this 9, or he goes rail first and tries to kick it. But he needs to get a little lucky here, or come with a good kick shot and actually make this 7, one or the other. Did not make it. Is he going to get fortunate here? Well, looks like Robert is going to have a chance to apologize for that straight-in 9-ball that he missed. He's got a great shot at the 7 here, and this is for the win.
That'll do it. Terrible D's is moving on to the finals where they're going to face Ladies Please. Cajun Fried Rice will finish tied for 3rd place. And for that strong 3rd place finish, they're going to take home $1,300 in prize money. So we're going to set up, regroup a little bit, get ready for our final round, and we'll be right back at you with coverage of the finals. So stay with us or take a quick break, grab a drink, hit the bathroom, come back and see us some more. We'll be back in a few. Thanks, guys.
You don't have to play like a pro to enjoy the game I love. If you've ever played in a friend's basement, you can compete in an APA league. In the APA, everyone can play and anyone can win. So if you're looking for a fun night out with your friends and family, join an APA pool league today. Have fun, meet people, play pool. Visit poolplayers.com today.